Hello, Meowster. Hello, everybody. That's not Argos, that's Orko. But we will talk about Argos in a minute. But first, let us admire beyond the gorgeousness that is my lad Orko. While I play the spooky music. I just love the fact the chat on the screen has just got Argos. He's looking up at me. He's working it. Yes. He's worked it out. He's worked it out. He knows. He knows. Wrong button. He knows. It's time. It's stream time. Here he comes. Roop. Here he comes. Here he comes to be a pest. Hello. Hello, Orko. How are you doing, Jenna Meowster? Look at him. Look at this pest. Hello. Hi. Huh? You alright over there? Oh, no, I'm gonna readjust my camera. We made it to Friday. Ah, yes. It's the weekend over here in Europe. It'll nearly be the weekend for everybody else. How we doing? Yeah, you alright? You alright? Yes, my little baby boy over here being an absolute 100% pest. Man. It is night time already. Hello, lads. It is, well, it's almost night time. It's almost night time. I thought we could have a little treat. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Thought we'd have a little treat. We can have a little treat, right? Yeah, we got some cat love. We got some never cat love. I got cat pests. If you were hanging around earlier on friend of the channel, the Hawkwood. If you were hanging around his channel, as he was buzzing off his head, buzz, we were talking about Argos, which, like Hawk's description was the best thing. You put a random code onto a form and hand it to a cashier and pay them money, so then for you to sit down and wait while people who came after you leave before you, and eventually the Argos goblin will come from upstairs and give you your thing. Hello, Capybara. How you doing? I thought we could have cashier. Yes, I know I'm being very retro about it, but talking of retro, the laminated Book of Dreams from 1985, everybody. What do you expect the writers provided by IBM? Efficiency. Is that IBM's big gig? They'll be riding on the backs of Argos Rages. So, because I don't know if anything exists like this. I was doing a little Google, and like catalogue retailers like Sears, the American chain Sears, started as a catalogue retailer, but I don't think they ever did the Argos model. I think they went as catalogue retailer and then just went to great big stores with aisles and everything. Argos doesn't have an aisle. It has a cashier, or these days an electronic do-it-yourself machine. And then someone goes and gets it from a shelf at the back. But this was, when was this? Autumn-winter 1984. So I would have been 7 years old and flipping through this, wondering what presents I could have. Yeah, in the shop itself, a bunch of tables with copies, and then there used to be a little bit of paper, and you'd write the codes on, because years ago, and maybe a little, an extra thing for Elizabeth Duke. Look at all these beautiful, cheap, tatty rings that you could buy. Actually, these ones aren't particularly cheap, because fair prices were going like £499 for that one. Which, if £499 in 1980s money was a lot, as were some of these £100-odd ones. But you could buy rings. And more rings. And more rings. They had everything. Yes. Classic Elizabeth Duke chains. That everyone should be wearing their gold chains from Elizabeth Duke, which costs, like, you know, again, from $10.99 through to £50 odd. Again, 1980s money. Look at that one. It says "I love you." But yeah, of course, what we're doing, you know, fine. Maybe though, we wanted to look at the watches. Maybe we wanted a fancy watch. These are not fancy. Well, I mean, they're kind of fancy watches. Grown-up me is like, you know what? I wouldn't mind a little pocket watch. 7-year-old me would have been like, boring. Where now? These are the watches 7-year-old me wanted. Look at the buttons. Yeah, if we were Guy Kelly, we would definitely spend more time on the watches. Hello, Jess. How you doing? We're looking at the 1984 Argos catalogue for a minute. But look at this one. It's got a game. It's got a football game. No, wait, that one's got a driving game. I probably want the driving game one. And the height fast. Oh, you can't see it because it's a bit blurry. But essentially, you've got these little codes, and you write down the cryptic code. Cappy had a Casio Databank watch. Oh, jealous. Well, jealous. Or maybe some of us wanted stopwatches because we thought we were sporty. We're not. Look, I don't know what that one is, but it's bright and colourful. Will you stop? Yeah, Orko, get off my keyboard. Don't sit on my keyboard. You made me skip pages. Where were we? Pens. Right, watches. Awesome had a little keyboard. Oh, I bet it was. Maybe. There's some here with like little keyboards. A Snoopy watch. Everyone wants a Snoopy watch. I think you can still buy this calligraphy set. Fairly certain. Don't think you can get the Postman Pat stationery set. Probably still can get Star Wars stationery set. Roland Rat. Pens, of course, if you want a... These days, load of pens with watches. You never thought you needed one of them, did you? Cappuccino, Jesus. What else? Oh, of course, your makeup kits. Why go to Boots Makeup? Non-Elizabeth Duke branded jewellery, or jewellery boxes. You know what? I'm fairly certain my mum had those mittens. Pretty certain my mum had them mittens. Were they Argos ones? Possibly. And then tat. Just like, do you want a hand painted, apparently, statue of an owl? It's $19.99. There you go. How 80s. How 80s are you, Miss Aerobics woman there? Yeah, bags. Nice leather trolley there for shopping trolley. Cigarette lighters, because that was a thing. Look at that, marble cigarette lighters and ashtrays. Were you channeling Irene Cara? Yes. Yeah, why not just buy... why then? There's one. I knew there'd be a cigarette lighter with a watch on it. Briefcases. Of course, manly. The only three men's products: Old Spice, Brute, Denim. I think my parents still have this, and I might steal it off them unless they got rid of it. Time for a fag. Yeah, this chess backgammon checker set definitely have it. Look, oh, yes. He's ready for action in that short dressing gown as well. He's just ready to do some kung fu or something. Oh, I want that hat. I want that hat now. Of course, the Corby trouser press. The lengths are reversed these days, and unless they're doing a little bit of gender swap in there, maybe that's the hers and that's the his's. His's. I want this hat though, not the Corby trouser press. Look, that checkbooks, when checkbooks were a thing, when checks were a thing. Not check. You know what I mean. I think those briefcases scream, I drive a Ford Granada. Yes, regional sales rep of the year for 3 years running. I think I bought my first electric shaver at Argos. Was it one of these? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Has anyone ever used a trouser press? No. I've been to hotels with trouser presses. I've never used I've never felt the need to press my trousers. I don't iron my clothes often. I just put them on and the creases fall out. One in every hotel room. I know. Wouldn't it be funny though if you went to a hotel in Corby and there wasn't one? How many hairdryers does one need? A lot, apparently. This is the winter 1984 Argos catalogue. Yeah, pretty certain my mum had that hair curling kit, like the heated rollers. Pretty certain my mum had that. There we go. Leg shavers. Not so much of a range for the ladies there. But all your other spa treatments, your foot spas. Is that a digital pregnancy tester? Probably not. It's probably something else. The very season you were born in. Oh. A nearly naked lady. Oh, my. With home tanning. Everything's in it. Coffee. Do you need coffee in the morning? We got you sorted. We've even got the... What's that? That's like a teas made. Have they got a teas made? Maybe on the next page. Kettles, of course. I think we had that one. That looks familiar. Just brown. Brown kettle. Here it is, the teas made. It's a radio, it's alarm, and it makes you a cup of tea in the morning. Weird, like people put like that next to their bed for a cup of tea in the morning. Right, definitely had that Kenwood Auto Chef. We definitely had that model. I think my parents might still have it even. Toasters, should you need to toast anything. You never had one. Your mum and dad didn't really drink tea, and your dad was fussy about how he took it. Fair enough. Yeah, that's the thing. You do have to set it up the night before. What is this? Is this like an early George Formby grill? Wow, the burger maker. Why did I never want one of these? Like toasty machine, brilliant. You want a cheese toasty? Yes. I know it's George Foreman, but George Formby is funnier. Deep fat fryers. Just like everything. You want your own home deli slicer? We got you. Everything's in Argos. It's brilliant. And we're only on page like 84 and 85 out of 200 odd. Everything you might need for the kitchen. Bread bins. We got all your baking stuff. Pots and pans. So many pots and pans. Toaster machines get used once or twice and confined to the shelf. Yeah, this is true. I haven't used mine for a while. I used some of the last of my Christmas cheese on it. Wow, look at these crockery sets. I do need some new crockery. I've got far too many chips on my nice crockery. Silverware. Do you need silverware? Do you need a candelabra? Argos has you covered. Hello, Elvish Cat. We are going to play a video game. We're just looking at some tat from Argos from the 1980s, including all sorts of like Flour, biscuits, and tea bags. You don't want to confuse them at all. Look at that! Oh, look at that fat bottom decanter. It just looks like it didn't really try much, did it? It just went Do you need a candelabra? Clocks. How many different styles of carriage clock could there be? Flour is coffee mate for vegans. I think we had this one. Yes, that looks familiar. That design looks familiar. How many carriage clocks can you have? This many. Oh, we might have had one of these as well. Maybe my grandparents had one of those. And wall clocks on there. More modern ones for the kitchen or classier ones for the living room. Oh, that one's got a barometer on it. Gonna go drone can't be to appointment. Oh yeah, no worries. We'll catch you later, meowster. Have fun, drive safe, and hope the appointment all goes well and smooth. Digital alarm clocks. Now we're talking. The power of waking up to Radio 1. Not many of them. Not many alarm clock radios here. Maybe there are more hiding somewhere else. Maybe they're by the rest of the radios. Maybe these are just the alarm clocks, because I can't quite read the descriptions because they are very fuzzy. Had the wood grain one. Wood grain one. That one. Oh, yes, that's a nice wood grain, isn't it? LGR would be proud of that one. 30% of this catalogue is probably just stuff a smartphone does. I know, right? Clocks, alarms, lights, dimmer switches. So yeah, do you want like what looks like a chandelier but really isn't? There you go, there's one. Pretend you're posher than you are. Or go for some 80s angle poised lighting. Look at that. Amazing. What we got now? Oh, we're into bedding now. Maybe this Hartley one, I might choose that if they still made that. I just missed the Teasmades. What? Wait. Oh yeah, you missed the Kira missed the Teasmades, yeah. Phones don't make tea. Oh yeah, unless you get an internet things kettle. Hang on, we can probably quickly find the Teasmades for you, very quickly. It was before clocks, wasn't it? It was after this. No, wait. Where were the Teasmades? Where were the kettles? There was a lot of kitchen stuff. It was about page 95. Wow. Jess is just like memorizing all the page numbers. Here we go. Hang on. Well, it should almost be there, I think. That burger thing. I want that burger thing. No, these are magic mixers. Right, kettles. Teasmades, here you go. I looked lower and saw the juicers. No, there you go. Here are your Goblin. Actually made by a company called Goblin. I think that might be the one my parents had. Your 18th century brain does not accept that the internet of things exist. Sure, 18th century brain, Teasmade, fine. Internet of things, no. Right, okay. Onwards to past all the cookware. We were about page 100, weren't we? Oh no, that's more cookware. Wow. Teasmades were really far back, weren't they? Right, here we go. The carriage clocks. And the lighting. Yeah, this is probably... Yes, here we are. We're at the bedding. Like I say, that Hartley one, I won't mind that. But then, for the kids' room, Superman, Postman Pat, Return of the Jedi bedding. Don't think I had any of these. BMX. Does that say BMX balls? BMX rally. BMX rally. And what's this, Victoria Plum? I don't remember a Victoria Plum. Oh yeah, maybe. Vaguely. Duvets. Or quilts, as we also call them. Oh, look at that! Look, this is called a cuddle wrap. It's just a slanket. The 80s had slankets. Jess and the Victoria Plum bed set, amazing, amazing. But look at this! I want this trashy slanket. I mean, that is just pure leopard print trash in a slanket format. That's brilliant. I mean, she looks really snug there. That one looks nice and padded, but this one looks trashy. You can tell. Oh God, what's her name? Oh, I'm trying to think of the name of that 80s author who wrote like loads of smutty novels. You know that's what she's reading. Not Mills and Boon, like some proper smutty stuff from Barbara Cartland. Jess knows what I'm on about. She's definitely reading some Barbara Cartland smut in that thing. TJ wants a trashy blanket. The electric blanket. Classic invention. We're on heating now. Various fan heaters. And irons. So many irons. Yes, wash your clothes. Indoor washing lines. Brilliant. Oh, yes. The Hoover. There wasn't a Hoover. Carpet sweepers. That's what you called them. Handheld Hoovers. Someone invented the handheld Hoover. Somebody had a company they called Goblin that made home appliances. Of course, they're not Hoovers, they're vacuum cleaners. You bought one of those new the other month. What, a Goblin or a handheld Hoover? Dust Buster. There's some real Hoovers. Anything else is a sparkling thing. Oh, naked people again. Naked people again. As we worry about the showers. Oh, blimey. Like, this was like the closest you get to pornography in the 80s. Showers, also fancy and new. Naked people in the shower. Very good. Called a Sparrow vacuum. Honestly, it's just Dustbuster with airs and graces. It's like Starship Troopers in here. This is a weird combo of stuff. It's like, okay, here's some stuff for the bathroom, and now bedside cabinets on the same page as other stuff in the bathroom. Look at this hunky man. Look at his hair. That's hair goals for me. Like that is like some of my perfect hair when it's that floofy. Love it. Look at it with a shaver. Ugh. I'm a rugged, manly 80s man. What if I've got that Z bed right over there? Folding guest bed. That was fun trying to get that up the stairs on my own. Is that a phone lock? Oh no, it's a dial clock. It's a clock to put on your phone. This section is just places to keep things you buy at Boots. What was it? A little bit of AstroTurf. Call it smartphone. Wait, what are we clicking on there? A Black & Decker Dustbuster advert. Wow, made him. I shall look at that later. Right. Classic stacking tables. Everyone needs one. I think we had that set with the glass ones. That they look familiar. What else we got? Ah, yes. The TV and video stand. Oh, look at this for the fancy one, people. Here's a computer stand with your Commodore C64 on it. These televisions are all small because who would have dared to have a television over about 15 inches? Argos Classic stacking tables. Yeah, no, we had the glass ones. They're fancy. Fancy. Whoever thought that this was a good setup for the computer, that's not usable. That's usable. You can sit under. It's a desk, isn't it? What's that? What's that? Fake display TVs. Yep. What else we got? Oh, now sports stuff. Dartboards. The tiniest snooker tables in the world. Oh, the extending dogly. Oh, the soda stream. Oh, my nan had a soda stream, and every time we used it, their dog, who they adopted, Susie, would go mental, would just go wild, just rah, 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 bit my elbow once. Just absolutely freaked out whenever the... You've still got a soda stream. Wow. Get busy with a fizzy. Yeah, soda stream was like a big thing in the 80s. On that. I like that. Tens machines. So, like, lose weight by sticking some vibrating pads on you. Honestly. Look at these cheap-ass exercise bikes. It's like the bare minimum of an exercise bike. Oh, wow. Crash weight gain. Dynamic muscle builder. Is this stuff still legal to sell? That's what I want to know. They like SodaStream here in Germany. You can get CO2 canisters in like every supermarket. Nice. Not exactly a Peloton. Man bring glass bottle Coke to your door in under 2 hours. Nifty. It's an ironing board with pedals. Yeah, you're right. It probably is just whey protein, but you never know. Hey, look, as used by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And more vibrating things to stick in your panties. I'm not sure if Argos, Hollenbauer just make an absolute living on that, don't they? Right, what else? Men, get your muscles up. There's some better exercise bikes, at least. Hello, let's get your muscles up. Whoa. He needs to work on it a little bit, to be fair. Don't think Argos sell a doxy. And then, again, the 80s-ness of these leotards. These are busy Lizzie leotards. Amazing. And then your kit bag for school. Oh, with the zip-off thing on the end. Yes. Did I have a head bag? I might have had a head bag. Everything's a doxy if you've got a soldering iron and a filthy mind. The classic 80s square sleeping bag. This is how you went camping in the 80s in a square. Wait, which one's the best TMNT of the day? Don't think Argos sell a doxy. Right, okay, yes. Kathy still prefers a square sleeping bag. The thing with the square sleeping bag is if you got two, you could zip them together and get a double sleeping bag. Waggling of eyebrows. I used to have a Thundercat sleeping bag, which would come after this catalogue, I think. The mummy ones don't even get close to you. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, the mummy ones are kind of like, you're stuck. I think if I do go camping, often like the mummy ones, I end up sort of like unzipping them and just kind of flapping them out as more a quilt thing. Star Wars lunchbox with a thermos flask. It's just exactly what you need to go fishing with. I think we had that Keep It Cool bag. I think we had that cooler bag. That looks so familiar. Mowers and strimmers and fucking chainsaws. Yes. Where else can you walk into town or get the bus into town, buy a cheap tatty gold chain and a chainsaw and a tea's made. Where else can you do that? Didn't know direct action movement were into angling. Okay, I see. I don't know who direct action movement are. Sounds like some sort of anti-fascist direct action movement thing. One of the reasons you go to which is so you never have to go camping for a holiday. I fucking hate camping. If the good Lord had meant us to go camping, why did he invent ensuite hotel rooms, eh? Right, what else can we get for the garden? Hoses, obviously. Things for trimming the edges. That's why I don't go to pop music festivals, because I fucking hate camping. I probably should invest in rechargeable batteries, like for the cat flap. That thing eats stuff. Well, there's always one, Jess. There's always one. Two, turns out. Two. Wow. Plug-in thermostat. Immersion heater timers. Just buy them in there. Now I could send to this organisation that became sold out. The idea of camping, let's say the reality. Yeah, see, the idea of camping when I was a child reading Famous Five books was great. The reality of camping, sleeping on the fucking floor, ugh. Drills, yes. Drill things. Cut things. Now we're into power tool territories, yes. Do you, like, I could have, yeah. You know what? Well, I got a replacement arm for the chair. But I've still got the arm that fell off. I haven't asked it back yet. If I had a clamp, I might have had a go at trying to remove the old screw. Famous Five. Isn't Heather great? You can sleep under the stars in this soft, natural bed. Reality. British rain. Heather will fuck you up. Don't get near it. Fair enough. Oh, the plug safe. My nan had one of these. It looks like a plug, but it's actually a safe. Put your belongings in there. New DIY sliding double glazing. Do it yourself double glazing. Wow, I think my grandparents tried that. Plug safe. More tools. Look at these socket sets. And proper car jacks. Yeah, not your namby-pamby car jacks. Those are real car jacks. Raw. How many people did it take before they banned that one? What, the do-it-yourself? From the days when Stanley was made in Sheffield. Good old Sheffield steel. Is that a silken chip? Oh, that's just a multimeter with some sort of laser gun. Cool. Don't know what the gun was for. I thought that said Horny Moss. It's Harry Moss, I think. The plug safe that teaches you to stick a metal key into a plug socket. Yes, okay, now I'm with you. Oh, look, you can buy an atlas of Great Britain. Just right in the middle, an atlas of Great Britain. And your in-car cassette carrier for all your different in-car cassettes. Now we're on car stuff. Look at these seat covers. And seat covers through babby seats onto the babby stuff. That's the squarest cot in the world. When did we decide to stop doing these square suitcases and make them all wheelie dealies? What was the cut-off point when they went, you know what? Suitcases should be wheelie dealies. Tall wheelie dealies with handles that lift out. When did we stop doing these big, wide, long things? Because, I mean, these are probably an absolute... Would it be around the time when flights got cheaper and these are a bastard to carry around the airport? Look at these people getting ready to go skiing with their matching leather sets. Oh, now we're talking. Cameras are coming up. cameras are coming up. This was a big section. Look at that. Projector screen and the camera projector. Argos' own processing service. Here we go. Right. Posh 35mm cameras for the posh people. Masculinity. I am man and carry things. That's fair. Right, so here we have the posh 35mm cameras, like the very posh ones here with like the big lens flashes, and then the more snappy snap ones. But I think this is like it took us some time as a family before we got into 35mm cameras. Not when we had 110. These were great, these long 110mm ones. These were like absolute classics. Is this the early days? Because the disc ones. These were wild because the film was a disc. And it only had like maybe, probably only about 12 exposures something. But yeah, the film thing was like a disc that would spin around and use up all the for the stuff. But it's not a big thing here in 1984, 1985. More 35mm and then 110s. Telescopes, of course. Good old Polaroid. They're still going, right? Your binocs. Everyone needs a good set of binocs, eh? Are they actually called binocs? No, they're called binoculars. Fuck you, Gabe. Typewriters. Everyone needs a typewriter. If we're on typewriters and we've got to we must be coming up close to computing. We've got to be coming up close to computing if we've got like electric typewriters here. Look at that, whatever that ribbon cable is for. Do you know disc cameras being a thing? It was a few years. Like 35 SLRs, which is at college. Yeah, I think by the time everything got around to the 90s, it was basically 35mm. Desk calculators, dictaphones, fancy calculators. So many calculators, you'd be like trying to work out which one you needed for school. Do you want a solar one? Yeah, you never have to get your worry about batteries with that. What if the sun's not shining? Phones. Oh, yes. This would be somewhere around the period where there was a point in the 80s where I think probably as BT were being spun out as a private company from the post office. But like the old post office phones were wired in to the wall. Like you didn't have the plug thing in there. They gave you a phone and they wired it into the wall, and then some point in the 80s they changed it to the plug socket so that you could choose your own phone. There's the classic trim number. No Garfield phones. They're all in a beach in Spain, right? Electric typewriters still have a certain appeal to you, not your own one. Oh, synthesizers. 80s cheap Bontempi synthesizers. Oh, yeah. Look at that tiny little lad. I think that tiny little lad had the demo on it that was the thing that basically Trio's Da 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 was based on. I don't think any of these have got any sort of like proper power to them of like proper synthesizing sound shaping. Just buttons that say jazz, funk. Although, there's a big organ. And your learner's guitar. Just pretend it's a Fender Stratocaster. Bossa Nova. Oh, Walkman rip-offs. Yes, this was a big part of the 80s. Having a Walkman or Walkman rip-off. So good. Now we're getting onto radio alarm clocks. Only a very small section, not even an actual Sony Walkman in here. Wow. I remember having some cheap ones like Albers and Matsui. Oh, the orange padded headphones. I wonder if you can still get them. Anyway, now we're on to radio alarm clocks. I knew that they would probably be further up the catalogue. This big bush square thing. I had this big square bush. Make your own puns. Yeah, look at that with its little lamp. That's a big lad, isn't it? Has this one got... Oh, no, it's a cassette recorder, not a video recorder. It's not that big. Too easy. But yeah, as we get into boom boxes, tape to tape boom boxes. Now we're getting into the real fucking my first Pirate Bay right here. Tape to tape, high speed dubbing. You got that new album? Yeah, give me a tape. I'll copy it for you. But this is definitely the era of the boombox, the Tecmo section of the catalogue, right? But yeah, everyone pretending they were some sort of like breakdancing hip hopper with these things, and then the batteries would run out. Look at these picture discs, big headphones, blank tapes. Argos there condoning music piracy. The in-ear headphone. No, wait. The in-ear headphone is a thing, but just one by Ross. Do they still make things? Who knows? Mum, can we get a car stereo with a tape? Look, this one's only £100. Imagine Ghetto Blast is probably considered a problematic term. Yeah. And that's why they call it the step up in Seguri. Wrestling thing. I'm going to press the wrestling button.
That I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
An in-car graphic equalizer. An in-car graphic... What were you going to graphic equalize? Like, we've pulled out our radio. We've put in a graphic equalizer. Like, because this is not the era of the double-decker slots in cars. This is... where was this meant to be fitted? Or did it go in the glove box under the passenger seat? Hang on a second, this needs a little bit more bass. Oh no, too much mid. Well, full auto eject. Well, I'd like you to eject it fully. Some of the single and double dink car stereos towards the end of pre-digitalized were incredible. I mean, I've had some car stereos in the years before. Yeah, before we get to, like, digital stuff. I don't mind a stupid touchscreen. I mean, I'm a wanker who buys brand new cars. Right, good old-fashioned radios. You know what? With all the stuff in the Ukraine where, like, BBC World Service are broadcasting back on shortwave again. Like, get yourself some of these for the apocalypse. Maybe not the Mr. Chatterbox one. Well, maybe you want the Mr. Chatterbox one. Who knows? Head cleaning kits. Oh, video storage that looked like fancy books. Oh yes. Don't want to just have something with like aliens scrawled on the side. No, let's make it look like a fancy bush. Well, you could make it look like a fancy bush if you want, but. Or just put it in the drawer. Oh yes, storage for your tape. I'm pretty certain I have that spinny thing. Do you know someone bought battery powered radio before Brexit just in case everything ground halt? Battery powered? You need to get the dynamo powered ones. They're the ones you really want. Now, oh yes. Here we go. 8-bit computing. Wow. They were still trying to push Atari 800s, huh? Oh, look at the size of that cassette deck for the Atari there. Woof. Bottom left one. Wait, what, you had an Atari? Second hand at auction. Wow. This was Paul Daniels' computer of choice. Every now and again it comes up on the BBC Archive Twitter account of Paul Daniels professing about his Atari. Is this the 800 or the 400? I can't tell. It might be the 800 XL. Oh, just the joystick, right? Oh, okay. Classic Atari joystick. The computer that just made the British scene there. Some ancient console, probably the 2600, right? There's the computer that everyone had. I mean, this thing. I say, what do we got here? So the Atari's like $159.95, and the ZX Spectrum was actually $129.95, so slightly more expensive, gone up. If you were fancy, of course, you had the C64. That was the really posh kids, or at least the kids whose parents loved them, had the Commodore 64. Look at that. Oh. Commodore 64 dataset unit. Amazing. So this is the Atari. Oh, this is a redux of the 2600. This is the see. This, I can't believe posh book style things for your Atari cartridges. Imagine just being able to go and buy a games console. I know, right? Yeah, this is 84. This is too late for the old wood grain 2600 VCS. Give me a wood grain 2600 VCS any day. And then of course you have to have a telly to plug it into. Some of them with remote controls. My grandparents had that Amstrad. Definitely. I recognise that remote control. Some of the tellies in black and white. So you didn't have to pay the TV license. $440 for that Spectrum with inflation. I mean, that's still kind of cheap, really. That was the point, Spectrum. Oh, now we're getting to the real stuff, folks. Now we're getting to the real stuff. Nintendo Game & Watches, grandstand, crappy little toys. I always wanted these. This, every time you turn the TV, automatic powers on your Xbox. Even, oh wow, really? When you first hear Uni House makes a black and white TV for the license fee, amazing. This thing was like early VR. Tomitronic, I think it was called. So yeah, you see the eyepieces there. You held it up to your face, but that panel at the top, you had to have light coming from an outside source. You'd have to play it like outdoors or underneath a lamp or something. You'd have to have light coming in there to see things. And yeah, it was a rudimentary 3D effect, and I think it was just some sort of like flying game where you dodge stuff and maybe shot things. But yeah, I think I coveted that. Oh, now we're getting into the stuff. Number one, Little Professor. They still make it. I had one. They're great. I think we had a Major Morgan. Maybe I had my sister's hand-me-down one. Never had a Speak and Spell or a Speak and Maths. Never had a Big Track. Computerized Battleship. Original. This is probably like the first year of Trivial Pursuit. Such a huge game. Hope you know your 70s royals. Yeah, right. I don't know what crossbows and catapults. No, I do remember what crossbows and catapults is. It literally is. Yeah, you were flinging stuff across the table. I remember now. So many of these things. Hungry hippos. That is a Terrorhawks licensed game. The 80s puppet show from Jerry Anderson. Had original tribute, had Hungry Hippos, Bloody Imposter. Yeah, you just have to memorize things. Mr. Pop gently put things on his face and then it would go pop and fling everything everywhere. Lots of pieces to get lost. Hello, Art. Didn't see you sneak in. Had the speak and spell on the speaker math. Ooh, someone was fancy. Look at that Domino Rally. Just so many bits to lose. As things go flying around your house. I want to bite your finger. Oh! You would stick your finger in a vampire's mouth and maybe, or maybe not, it would poke you and draw blood. This was a game targeted to children that drew blood. I wanted it. I never got it. Yes, finger. I'm not sticking anything else in that. What else? Family Fortune game. Pac-Man, the board game. Can't afford an Atari 2600. That's fine. Get Pac-Man, the board game. Stay Alive. The planned obsolescence cycle of small game pieces getting chewed up in the Hoover. So you need a new Hoover and a new game with bits to lose. Upwards, it was like Scrabble but 3D. Amazing. Downfall, always wanted that. I don't remember Stay Alive. Operation, the game of life. Oh, some of the absolute classics here. Look at that kid on the cover of Guess Who. Bet he ended up getting into drugs. Oh, now we're talking. Lego and Erector sets. Oh, yeah. Space Lego. Oh, that Space Lego stuff was great. Kathy, the Game of Life. Amazing. Art Head Upwards. All right. And the Garfield. Oh, good old Garfield. Right, I had at least the police or the fire thing for Lego, and I definitely had a space thing. The game where you could lose by only having tens of thousands of pounds of pension in the end, but rather than hundreds of thousands. Hey, just like real life. Don't remember Popoids at all. Now, everything's Return of the Jedi branded here, because obviously that was the most recent one. Right, here we go. Some more, used to sell your kids at the end of the game. Right, always wanted Mr. Frosty, never had Mr. Frosty. That got a re-release a few years ago because of fucking Gen Xers going, oh, I always wanted a Mr. Frosty. I think my sister had the fashion wheel, where you just basically spin things around and then do an etching on there. You're always happy to just go to the country cottages with the losers. Millionaire's Mansion didn't appeal. I definitely had I think I had the chemistry and the microscope one, actually. For sure. Definitely had Magna Doodles. Maybe an etch sketch. Never had a Spider-Man tent. A caravan tent. But, you know, obviously, just a child's play tent thing. The magnets are fun with iron filings. Yeah, right. Alright, more cheaper. Oh, yes. Tiniest snooker tables. Look at that kid ready to go for his BMX. I wish I had a BMX. I always had cheap knockoff BMXs. Yeah, gendered bikes. You're either a lad getting out there with his helmet and rough and tumbling with BMX, or you're just a little girl with a little basket. They are the two genders. Right, what have we got here? The Dukes of Hazzard. Dukes of Hazzard branded Stuntbuster and Speed Jumper. Never saw them. We're on Hot Wheels stuff now. Chips. Oh, California Highway Patrol. Helmet and pigtails. Two genders. Glow-in-the-dark streak racing. That's something different where I come from. Oh, the Evil Knievel stunt cycle. Always wanted one of them. Yes, hello. Hi. Oh, now we're right. A-Team stuff. I'm pretty certain I had the A-Team van. Definitely had that A-Team helicopter. Yes, definitely had that. Didn't have any action figures, though. Didn't have any Knight Rider toys. Did not have that big A-Team combat headquarters set. Oh. A-Team pass you by. Yeah, I think these were definitely the dying days of the A-Team 85. Because we had Masters of the Universe instead. I don't think I had any Masters of the Universe stuff. I watched it. I don't think I ever really had any of the toys. The Knight Rider truck. Wait, the Knight Rider truck was on there? Or do you just you're just thinking of the Knight Rider truck? I don't think, yeah. I never really got into yes, we're definitely coming to Star Wars soon. We're definitely coming to Star Wars. But there it is. Transformers. Now that was the stuff I was after. Is this number 4? Okay. I think this were it's hard to tell because of the thing that, and is this maybe best A-Team episodes, the one with Boy George? How much is a fist? £2 for a fist. Oh, Guy Kelly, you do give us so many great hello, yes, memes. So one of the things, particularly with the planes with Transformers, that they would Argos had this thing where you would pay money for a Transformer toy and you would get one of 3. You didn't know which one you were going to get. And to be honest, the planes were all the same fucking toy with just different paint jobs. But I wanted Starscream and I got Thundercracker and I was quite upset. Yeah, what do you do, eh? This is not the greatest range of Transformers. Maybe this is an early range. Maybe it gets bigger from here. Because this is definitely Transformers time. Viewmaster. We were talking. I can't remember. Was it a Hawkstream the other day? Someone was talking Viewmaster. And I was around. I used to have one, and I had Castrovalva, the very first Peter Davison Doctor Who story on Viewmasters. Get me. Action Force, because G.I. Joe was meaningless in the UK. Surely had a playground barter economy. Yeah, I don't think much for swapping toys and barter. Your older kids gave his brother a whole bunch of old Star Wars and they look awful. Here's the Star Wars stuff. So, I mean, I definitely had lots of Star Wars stuff. The exploding speeder bike, guaranteed to lose parts of that. Didn't have many of the big stuff. Always wanted a Millennium Falcon. Never did get one. Did have an X-Wing, though. And definitely had a lot of the figures. Arts, you've still got your AT-AT? Amazing. Is that the Vision Millennium Falcon fired a little yellow disc? I don't think so. I think it made noises. I don't think it fired anything. I don't remember it firing anything. There's Boba Fett ships that... Oh, no, yeah, we better not call it that. My Little Pony, before the Amrandian Friendship is Magic. I'm sure everyone wants Thingy. What's the name? Got the name. You're the one that fired projectiles. Wow. They have the Wookiee home. No, it's Endor. That's not the Wookiee home. That's Endor. Because it's Return of the Jedi. What do they call Boba's ship in the catalogue? That's a very good question. Yeah, no, it's there. It's there. Slave 1 includes Frozen Han Solo. And that is not Kashyyyk, no. Look, it's even got the little chair you can put 3PO in. To worship him as a god. Yeah, they went ahead and did it. I mean, that's the thing. It's never named in the movies, is it? It's only when it becomes a toy does it get a name. Like Lobot. What we got Fraggle Rock stuff. We got Roland Rat. Orville the fucking duck. Cabbage Patch Kids. They were huge. Have you got a Fu Manchu moustache? Is that just a really weird render? Care Bears. I used to like Care Bears and I used to be embarrassed about it because toxic masculinity was a thing when I was 7. So you go Sweet Shop and Mini Market. Oh, the Teapot. The Teapot House. Cabbage Patch Kids were bloody cursed. Yeah. You know what was better? The Garbage Pail Kids. But maybe not that movie. But yeah, I remember watching the Care Bears movies and really enjoying them as a child. What else we got? Oh, a magic show. Everyone loves a magic show. Now we're into the things for you to pretend to be a grown-up, but you're not really. The plastic record player. Now, I've seen on YouTube the plastic record player thing has come back and they've made it digital and it's weird. The Doctor Kit. Oh, that Doctor Kit does look familiar. The Fisher Price stuff. This parking lot, I am pretty certain I had. Maybe a second-hand one. To also watch Technology Connections. Yeah, I think it just came up in the algorithm. My YouTube algorithm is pretty good at not giving me extremist right-wing content. Right, here she is. The Queen of the 80s. It's Barbie. Barbie McDonald's set. Wow. And the massive RV. And there's Ken. And then, who's that? Who's Barbie's mate? Because that's obviously, like, is that Barbie's cousin from out of town? And Ken's like, can't believe you brought your cousin along. I was like, is he going to look after her? She's there. Her aunt's sick. You always wanted Dream House, but alas, you got... No, because Cindy was the rival brand. That's not Cindy. That's Skipper. Great shape, Barbie, Ken, and Skipper. Who the fuck was Skipper? Was it Barbie's cousin from out of town who just kept cop blocking Ken? I'm sure there's lore. Someone please find the lore about Skipper. Who wanted Barbie's dream house again? Art. Yeah, did you end up getting Barbie's dream job in McDonald's? Scary Faces makeup kit. I think we had that. I might have had that. Now all the things to train little girls to enforce gender roles. Here, you're 3. Look after a baby. Skipper was Barbie's little sister. It's more fun when it's her cousin from out of town. Let's reinforce that you need to look after babies. Skipper Roberts, 1964 to 2003. 2009 to present. They killed her off? They killed her off when she was only 39 years old. The first character added to Barb's family, Skipper's Barb's younger sister, originally around the age of 8. She changed to a young teenager later on, then killed at the age of 39 before being resurrected in 2009 as a zombie. She's now a fashionable computer geek. Zombie computer geek. Those push scooters. They came back. Bants, bants, bants. One time I got one of those dolls that drink water from the bottle and wet themselves. Did that once, was appalled and never played with it again. Remind me out, have you had kids? Or did you just, after that, decide, you know what? Childless life for me. New age 70 did want kids. There you go. Tiny tears. Tiny tears make up an ocean. I haven't heard that song in ages. The cow goes chazoom. Yeah, we're now on to like the younger kids stuff. Not sure how much of this stuff will actually I remember. They really loved Postman Pat in 1985, huh? And there we go. There we go. That was it. That's the last of them. Buying is easy. Why not get our Argos credit card? And then the list of where they were. Swansea Wine Street. That's where my parents' restaurant was. And then Swindon. And that's my only association of Swindon before I moved to Swindon for several miserable years. All I knew of Swindon was it was next to Swansea in the Argos catalogue. That's all I knew about Swindon. But there we go, folks. One in the Broadmoor Centre in Notts. Yeah, there you go. One in Birkenhead. Dudley, the High Street. One in Cumbrawn. Oh no, yeah, there is one in Cardiff. There we go. Was there one in Newport? Yeah, of course there was one in Newport. Place is now empty pending redevelopment. Has been since you moved there. Wow. Like an empty shopping mall? Break into it with a camera. I want to see. Opening shortly, Bournemouth. Why would you it's a bit weird because you had to go to your local Argos to pick up the catalogue. So I don't understand then why you would say, hey, guess what? We've got Argoses in other towns. Why would you go to another town to go to an Argos? It was a bit weird. Oh well, you got to do your brand. Still the same one in High Wycombe. Hey, Lottie. It's an empty mall, only open because it's right away between the station and town. Oh, I love urban desolation. Please, please, if you feel like going outside and feel safe, grab some pics. That. Ooh. Bristol, Broadweir. There's a few more around Bristol now. There we go. That was an Argos catalogue. That was an hour's worth of stuff instead of playing Gabe, huh? Should have really put the thing as just chatting, but there you go. Ever seen the Bill Bailey bit in the Argos Laminate Catalogue of Dreams? Probably. Not for a long time. Not for a long time, though. Right. We're actually here to play video games, folks. Hello. I do love the fact that we have been engrossed in it, and that, this dickhead's been hanging around and nobody's thought, let's interrupt proceedings to cash in some points and give him some treats, because we've been so invested in Argos. We're here to play video games and buy gum from Argos, and they're all out of gum. Hey, Orko, guess what? Ray loves you. Yeah, he does. Thinks you're ace. These Argos had a logical point-and-click interface. None of this hybrid camera. So in this is true. Hi. You alright there? Do you want some treats? Do you want some dreamy streamies? Should we try getting your brother? Snarf! Snarf, 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 snarf. He's got an eager look in his face now. Come on. Jump up then. Jump up. Snarf, snarf. Snarf. Is Snarf coming? Snarf, do you want some treats? Snarf is not bothered. Cat butt. Just lower that butt right down. I'm glad Twitch is changing their TOS. Snarf! Yeah, look at those little Pete's. Look at your little Pete's. Hi, yes, hi. 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 Snarf, snarf. I'm guessing Snarf is just... Snarf's been very weird. I'm guessing he doesn't like these biscuits. Wow, with... Oh no, hello Snarf. Hi Snarf. Get ready, get ready. Okay. Snarf, biscuits. Biscuits, Snarf. The race is on. Snarf, eat your biscuits. Hi, yes, hi. Biscuits. Biscuits. Snarf, eat biscuits. Huh? Because he'll steal them. Why is he being so weird about the biscuits? He sniffed them. Snarf, your score is not going very well. Do you not like these dreamies, Snarf? What are your dreamies? Oh, there we go. He is the best orange pal, but I'm not sure what his dreamy attitude is like. Yeah, I'm guessing he's not fond of the flavour. But he's tucking in anyway. Orko, meanwhile, look at him go. But yes, we have a duel. It's time to duel. I don't know what that's a sample from. I just know that it's one of the sound alerts on Rooster's stream. Millie can take or leave dreamies. Licky licks. Oh, licky licks. That's some good shit there, isn't it? Right. Here he is. Keeping a watchful eye. And I try and do about the same sized handfuls. It's not like I'm measuring them out. You can do it, Snarf. You can do it. We can get you on the leaderboard. Just looking up with contempt at Orko. I think the PlayStation 2 helps because Orko can't jump down. He doesn't want to jump on the PlayStation. He understands that it's important for tat. I don't know what Orko's looking at now. I think that's it for Snarf. I can't see any. Yeah, there are no outliers, and Snarf's gone. I believe that counts as a win for Snarf. Kathy, you do the scores. That is a win for Snarf. Orko 3, Snarf 1. But Orko gets to lick the box. Snarf, you won! You won, Snarf! Snarf, love him and leave him kind of guy. Yeah. Box lick. Yeah, you happy? And off he fucks as well. There we go. Why didn't we have treats earlier? Because we were looking at the Argos catalogue. This is going to go on the VOD as well. I'm going to upload like Gabriel Knight part 10. I think we're on part 10. And it's going to be an hour of us dicking about in the Argos catalogue. Nobody watches my YouTube videos anyway, so yeah. I'm the only person who watches the YouTube videos because I'm like, what happened last week? No cat treats, no. There was minimal cat stuff. Right. We're currently Grace. We've been around. We've got a copy of Le Serpent Rouge. Did we lift a fingerprint off this? We did. And I was looking back at the video, and we got to a bit where it's like, I'm not sure what we're meant to be doing. I've totally forgotten. It's like, the idea with Grace, it always looks like that one is shut, but it's not. It's just a weird angle. She was like, oh, I'll go check out the museum and the church. And so we went to the museum, and we found the museum was shut, but we found a copy of Le Serpent Rouge.
This riddle is fascinating. You can almost see what it's hinting at. I really want to solve it.
Hello, Elvish. I'm surprised you didn't bail out on his Elvish cat. It's like they're not playing the game, they're just dicking about with the Argos catalogue. Yes, those emotes are... can we do exclamation mark she, please? SHI. Those are done by Simashi, who doesn't stream as much, but yeah, she's lovely, and maybe you can commission her to do some other cute things. But yeah, there should be a spinny one as well, which well, you've seen the spinny one, haven't you? So we found Le Serpent Rouge. We got a copy of The Secrets of the Holy Grail. Did we ever? Of course we should fingerprint this, because who left it in our...
No prints? That's a bummer.
Was worth a try, eh? Yeah, we went to the...
That's the blue apple cipher that Sydney found in one of the Saunier parchments.
You know, we did some stuff. So we went to the church, and we clicked on all the stations of the cross and everything that was clickable in the church. And we found the copy of the Serpent Rouge, and that's all we said we were going to do. Yes. You can only dust the front for prints.
Good evening, Mademoiselle Nakimura. Jean told me you are staying in room 25 with Monsieur Knight.
Yeah, no funny business.
I am Simone, Mademoiselle. I hope you will enjoy your visit.
Thanks.
Well, might have my front dusted. Oh, Kathy. Filth. Hang on. All right, we got questions to ask Simone. Okay.
Have you seen anything, I don't know, curious around town lately?
Ah, oui, Mademoiselle.
What?
Someone has bought a chicken. It is making my mother crazy, this chicken. It comes to the garden, it eats her seeds. I do not know who is the owner of this chicken, but I know my mother. This chicken will be in the soup pot one night.
Oh, well, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, always happens.
Do you know anything about the treasure, Simone?
Well, I have seen many treasure seekers come and go, Mademoiselle, but I have never thought much of the idea myself. But there is a museum if...
Yeah, I know. Thanks anyway.
Right, there we go. Maybe we need the cat again. We have seen the rogue chicken. Maybe every time I try and catch the chicken, though, we sing the song "Catch the Chicken," we never want to catch the chicken. So we did the thing where we ended up overhearing the disgusting conversation between Gabe and Mosley, where they were just pigs.
But Kaylee's dining early. I just don't want to talk to either one of them.
We don't want to talk to them. There's nobody else in here.
No.
We don't need any maple syrup again.
Maybe later.
We don't want to eat. Do you have to herd the cat to herd the chicken? Maybe it is. So I don't think there's anything going on in here. So I'm not sure what we're meant to be doing now, because we did the things we said we were going to do. And then some of the food over Gabe's head. It's getting dark. I don't think we're going to talk
Emilio looks like he's recovering.
We're not talking to Emilio.
Oh, goody. Madeline's around.
Shall we dust it for Prince?
No, I don't see any sign of Prince.
There's the fucking chicken.
Gabe's the psychic one.
We can't talk to the chicken.
A chicken.
Oh, I love that line reading.
A chicken. Why would I want to show that to him?
That's a clip. Yes, please. A chicken. I'm trying to curate the clips a little bit better so that maybe one day we can make some sort of like video of some of the better bits.
I'm certainly not going to leave town on foot.
A chicken. Oh, art. Brilliant. Nuttats.
No, I don't see any sign of Prince.
Oh, why can't we get prints off people's
I don't
bikes?
see any sign of Prince.
Why is Gabe's bike not here? Gabe, where's your bike? Someone took your bike.
A chicken.
A chicken! Ah! So yeah, I'm not sure. What else is there to do? Look at
The
things.
museum is closed.
So the museum is closed. Wow. Where are you? I asked you
It's
to
the
look.
Saunier Museum.
Yes.
No, I better not. Most of these buildings are private property.
At what point are we going to knock on every door and go, "Hi, have you seen a chicken?" A chicken. Like, we've done the church. I clicked on every grave in the graveyard. I clicked on every station of the cross in the church. The cat is not down here. Pretty certain the cat's no longer down here. The cat is not down here. What are we kind of we're at where we imagine if I'd spent 40 odd years speaking nothing but English. We're at the same point we were on Saturday night, which is we don't know what to do next. So this early into the game, an hour into the stream, it might be time for a Sierra helpline, or a Kire helpline, or did we decide on a decent one for Kathy? We can't go into the forbidden house. And I'm not sure what was going on here. other than,
This must have been Sonier's library.
yeah, we're not reading every book in Sonier's library.
That fabric's gotten faded in the sunlight. It gets hot around here.
Why are some curtains open and some curtains closed, eh?
You can't see too much from the first floor.
No worries, Kathy. Worst case scenario, we just like keep clicking on everything and walk around in circles. I love Grace, but the whole let's click on everything in a museum is a chore. We don't have our binocs. This is a thing. This is a thing. This is going to be the grails in here, I'm sure of it.
It almost looks like a, I don't know what the heck it looks like.
Has it got prints on it? No.
I don't see any sign of prints.
We've seen people stand on here with binocs, looking at things. So there's nothing here, I don't think. Yep. And you know, we went back to the hotel and there didn't seem to be anything to do at the hotel. Say something about the fountain.
I love these old courtyards in Europe. They always have fountains or statues. In
They
New York, on the other hand, you get dumpsters.
And still nobody playing when the Saints go marching in. What time is it? Thank you, Ray. It is 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. on day 2. Oh, yeah, general hint will be good if you can remember anything, Elvish Cats. I say, at this point, it's like, I feel like I've gone round and clicked on everything and nothing makes sense. Yeah, 5 to 10 p.m. We overheard the conversation between Gabe and Mosley where they were being disgusting pigs about Madeline. Here's my pheromones. Fuck off. And then Madeline came in. We went to the museum and the church. We picked up Le Serpent Rouge from the museum. It was someone had taped it onto the museum.
No, I don't see any sign of prints.
There are no prints, and we did prints.
There aren't any more prints on the folder or the pages.
So we got that in the museum. And yeah, we clicked on everything possible in the museum. All right, back to Sydney. All right, let's have a look. See what we can get. So we did a bit of stuff in Sydney. There's our room. But let's do some more. So this is the thing, like, I know when I realised that there was a Wikipedia page for the cat hair moustache puzzle, that they mentioned, and there was a page about the Serpent Rouge puzzle. So, yeah, right. So is there anything...
No, there's no point in scanning Le Serpent Rouge. I'll have to interpret the verses myself. Sydney isn't that smart.
You git.
I can't scan that into Sydney. All this stuff is interesting, but I'm not sure how to use it. I can't scan that into Sydney.
There's apparently things we cannot scan into Sydney.
I can't scan that into Sydney.
So we've scanned everything in. So I suppose we could do a search for Serpent Rouge. Helps if you can spell rouge. Subject not found. Do I have to put le? It's like, you know, we did some analysis of the parchments. It did beat Butt Boop and showed us some shapes. Yeah, we got people's prints, and we have linked them to the stuff. We got the mystery print from Le Serpent Rouge, but it's not matched anybody yet. I think we translated most stuff, didn't we? There's nothing to translate. Analyze. We did analysis on everything, so I'm not sure. So I suppose if there's like, we meant to reset our search. Nothing found for Le Serpent Rouge. Don't get up. I wanted, you know, might as well sit down because we'll have to do that animation again. Like, is this, are we going to, like, start searching for all the capital things? Have I been told in game what Serpent Rouge translates to? I don't think so. The only thing I'm thinking of here is that maybe we need to start searching for the things that are in capital letters. So, right, hang on. This is where we need to be taking notes, isn't it? So, I should get my... get my trusty, what's up, Buttface, notebook. It's a present from a good friend. Where it was a present from a good friend. I've not used it before, but all it's got is top hat and not hat, and some doodles on it, and maybe from where we played the thing. Yeah, sort of thing. No, that's fine. What does the first section say again? Well, let's get Grace to read it.
In my arduous search, I was trying to hack away with my sword through the dense vegetation of the woods like some pawn of destiny. I wanted to reach the place of the sleeping beauty, in which some poets can see the queen of a lost kingdom. Desperate to find the way, I laid down the path of Ra and was illuminated.
Trying to hack away with my sword through the dense vegetation of the woods, like some pawn of destiny. I want to reach the place of the sleeping beauty. Now that's in capital letters. So it's a proper noun. Which some poets can see the queen of a lost kingdom. Desperate to find the way, I lay down the path of Ra. That's all in caps. And was illuminated. Now, talking of there's something about illumination here, the sunlight phenomenon. Once stands the church dawn and turns to the Château de Blanchefort, the sun will rise directly over the ruins, straight line of light. There's lots of things in caps there as well. I've clicked on most of those things. What I've come about the fact that there's anything to do with this. She did say there's a lot of sun. And To be fair, why is this lighter? Why is this lighter? Okay. Well, you know, there's something in caps there. For some reason, it's talking about the Egyptian god Ra. So, let's see if I can search. By the power of Ra. Egyptian god Ra. Ra is usually represented as a man with the head of a bird. He's god of the sun, and his number is 6. I definitely should be writing things down here, shouldn't I? Hey! Come on, pencil. Why you keep breaking like this, pencil? Alright, here we go. Serpent Rouge. Ra equals 6. Is this a fucking numerology thing? Source, Shatner Archives. Okay. So, hang on, maybe we should jot down everything, right? Everything that's in caps. Ra, Isis, Magdalene, Lady of the Lake. So have a fatuous and futile argument of whether it's pronounced Ra or Ray because we're fools. Well, yeah, if it's sun, then maybe it is Ray. I'm just mostly thinking of the early noughties drum and bass track, The Power of Ra. By the power of Ra. Notre Dame de Cross. Right, let's... all those things. See, Ra, illuminated sun. There's a lot about the sun, isn't there? Or, yeah, as you say, Ray. So let's just start searching for those. So we got something for Ra. Isis. Isis was the most important Egyptian goddess, wife of Osiris, and mother to Horus and to all of creation. The cult of Isis was widespread in Greece and Rome also until overrun by Christianity. According to Egyptian legend, Osiris was murdered and cut into many pieces. Isis gathered the pieces, put them back together, healing Osiris and reviving him. Isis is also believed to have given birth to the sun, Ra, whose symbol was the circle. Her symbol was the circle. We've got, like, we had a circle thing. Ra, 6, sun, head of bird. Isis was a circle. Mother of Ra. Bird head. Right. Now we got all this like Egyptian thing, but now we got Magdalene, as in Mary Magdalene. Follower of Jesus during his lifetime. She was the sister of Lazarus, who Jesus raised from the dead. I did not know that, and I meant to be a Catholic. And Martha, according to St. Luke, she was a notorious sinner, and tradition has gradually woven that into a reputation for prostitution, although no direct reference to this is made in the New Testament. The most famous story involving Mary Magdalene is the tale of how she washed Jesus' feet with her tears, dried them with her hair, and anointed them with balm. For this, Jesus praised her love of God. The Gospels also have Mary Magdalene present at Jesus' crucifixion and at the empty tomb when the angels announced his resurrection. After the crucifixion, it said that Mary sailed to the shore of southern France. Her body is believed to rest in a church near Marseille. Dried them with her... What? is it just weird to you that she dried them with her hair? What's notable here, other than not a prostitute? Who dries someone's feet without hair? I don't know. Mary Magdalene, obviously. France, is that it? That's the only thing notable, is that she became French. She moved from the Middle East to France. Right, Lady of the Lake. Now we're into Arthurian legend, right? Mysterious female goddess, a spirit who rose from the lake in order to hand King Arthur the sword. The sword was mentioned in the first chapter, wasn't it? Excalibur was a magical sword that gave Arthur the power to rule a kingdom. In that sense, the Lady of the Lake could be regarded as muse or guardian of Arthur. Her purpose and origins remain mystery, but some stories have also linked her to the Grail King Arthur was to pursue in later quests. That's very good. That kind of thing. Now, Notre Dame de Cross. That's because you probably need to spell Notre Dame properly. Mary, Mother of Jesus, revered by Catholics around the world. In 431 AD, she was declared to be holy. Took them that long. In 1854, Pius IX stated that Mary was of virgin birth. Pope Pius XII designated Mary Queen of Heaven and Queen of the World. Recently been granted the title of co-redemptrix. Some of this raising up of Mary to a position of godlike power has offended Protestants who believe that Mary was only human, that she had other children with her husband, yes, Joseph, after Jesus' virgin birth. None of this makes the cult of Mary any less mysterious and dynamic within Catholicism, gaining the highest adherents, including John Paul II. Croix, French for cross, and frog noise. Grap, grap. Over the centuries, Mary has appeared in a number of sightings, particularly in the past 100 years, at places such as Lourdes, Medjugorje, and Fatima, a place that becomes shrines where thousands go to healing pilgrimage. Mary is often thought to involve herself more directly in human affairs, even perhaps become a guardian spirit over those who have been faithful for a service. Queen of the World, Queen of Heaven, Mother of God, the Blessed Virgin, the Holy Mother, and the Immaculate Conception. I mean, yeah, that's all, mostly good stuff, good Christian stuff that I knew, or I should have known. Right, let's go find more capital letter things. We're gonna. This is a reading. This is a. Why does this game have to do such realism? Also, that's Aquarius, that's Pisces. Aries. Quaternity. Fuck you, game, for making me write a lot of things out. St. Michael. Pythagoras. More shapes again. And also spell Pythagoras correctly. By this sign you will conquer. Which just sounds fascist. What's happening is and fruit. Conch sign, piss keys. What the IS? What's the IS? Alright, I'm going to put that one in. Right. Gemini. Jesus. Asmodeus. Don't they make board games? Knights. Just knights. No particular knights. Just knights. Leo gives us shepherds. While shepherds wash their socks by night. Virgo gives us the Temple of Solomon. That sounds fun. And St. Vincent. I should listen to more of her stuff. Some of it's quite good. Libra gives us the Soul. Scorpio is Rooks. Finnicus. The new star sign. He is their dead. I hope you let me write all this stuff down, because this is definitely, I'm definitely going in the right right thing. Sagittarius. Dum bum bum bum. There's only one G. Red Serpent. Man, is that the only thing? Deliver me out of the mire. And Capricorn. Solomon again. But not the temple this time. Let he who has the understanding use it with wisdom. Christ, why is this such a long thing? I don't normally write things with my hand. Use it with wisdom.
That's the last page.
Right, so I've written down everything that's in capital letters. Now let's go look it up on our weird database. So we're searching next for the quaternity, whatever that is. Generally means any group of four, but the terms used almost exclusively in alchemy and geometry. See alchemy, the square. Perfect squares. 4 square. Alchemy, the square. Oh, is that a game from White Wolf? In alchemy, the square represents quaternity in general, all four-part concepts such as the four seasons, the directions, north, south, west, and the four stages of man. The square itself is represented by the number 4. It's solid, earthy, and stable, as opposed to the more dynamic, fluid, heavenly form of the circle. Tilted square. When the square is represented as tilted, standing on one point, its meaning changed drastically from that of the normal square. Whereas the square represents the concepts of earthiness, solidness, and permanence, the tilted square has a more dynamic, fluid meaning akin to that of the circle. The tilted square, like the circle, has been used as a symbol of the sun and of light in general. Squaring the circle, like the Philosopher's Stone, was the alchemist's dream. In the geometrical representation of squaring the circle, the square is placed so that the circle fills it maximally without breaking the square's boundaries. We've seen this. Symbolically, it represents the union of heaven and earth, thus bringing opposites together for a united whole, creating a kind of transcending or superconsciousness. These aims and the representation with these particular symbols were the parlance of mystics, alchemists, and the Gnostics of the Middle Ages. Okay, so squaring the circle, we've seen the symbols, the tilted square, the union of heaven. Pythagoras, hey, we were going to look him up, so let's go there. Greek philosopher of the 6th century BC, who founded a school and a philosophical system for Pythagoreanism named after him, born on the Greek island of Samos, off the coast of Asia Minor. He migrated as an adult to the Greek city-state of Croton, southern Italy, about 530 BC. As a teacher and leader, Pythagoras possessed extraordinary charisma. In Croton, he established a society of brotherhood, of religious ethical orientation. Within its initiates, the society fostered strong bonds of friendship and feeling of elitism, through ritual, hysteric symbolism, code of right self-control included taboos. Oh, wow. Long wondered what squaring the circle means. Now I know it's some hand-wavy woo. Basis of his teaching was ethical, religious, and mystical. He believed in a metempsychosis, the concept that the soul, both human and animal, passes from one body to another body. It's uncertain whether metempsychosis included the belief in the immortality of the soul or not. However, the concept provided the rationale for many of the practices within his society, which included vegetarianism, nice, and rituals of purification, which were thought to promote superior reincarnation. Racist. To the alchemist, Pythagoras is regarded as the father of mathematical mysticism, a role which scholars debate, and several key doctrines, such as the squaring of the circle, are attributed to him. The image below is an example of Pythagorean geometry. We've seen lasers that do this sort of stuff, but there we've got like a square and a circle, and then we've got, the lasers doing the star thing. See also alchemy squaring the circle. Okie coke. We've also got Saint Michael, Saint Michel. One of the 7 archangels in the Christian tradition is Michael, who wrestles with the devil and wins. Wrestling.
That's right, I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
He's often depicted fighting a dragon or the devil in human form. Some accounts he is the angel who threw Satan out of heaven at the time of the fall. As such, Michael is often called upon by the faithful to help them resist temptation and evil. Michael has various occult significances in alchemy. He's one of the 4 angels, along with Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, who hold the 4 corners of the world, who represent the 4 elements: fire, wind, earth, air, and water. Okay, so Aries, the quaternity, St. Michael, Pythagoras is, and there's also IS as well, which was something that it's taking us back to Isis. Okay. So Aquarius, the first chapter, is talking about Ra, which was 6, and the sun. Pisces is talking about like the circle. Isis is the circle, and the mother of Ra, and Magdalene, and the Lady of the Lake of the Sword, and Mary. Lasers. Here, Aries was talking about 4, the square and the square and the circle, and Saint Pythagoras. So Taurus is next. By this sign you will conquer. By this sign you will conquer. Subject not found. Okay. But it also had fruit. Back to past and present beliefs. First fruits. The term first fruits designate the offering of the first crops of the harvest and the beasts of the herds, which was supposedly the best of quality to placate and give thanks to the gods. However, the term is derived from an earlier term, the firstborn of the womb, which designates the firstborn of the creaturus. Firstborn creatures extends back to Sanskrit. Every priesthood wants God to be the firstborn, so most Asiatic gods claim to be. It's desired, aroused, because it was held that her first child would naturally have authority over all the others. Since realistically it was even possible to believe even God was firstborn, scholars finally settled upon the term, agree that designated that each god was the firstborn of one of the great mother's virgin emanations. Thus each god was born from a virgin birth. Classical example was the Buddha. Even as many incarnations was the firstborn of the goddess's earthly representative, a temple maiden or Devadasi. The maiden was also known as the Virgin Bride of God, who bore the name as well as the spirit of Maya, the virgin aspect of Mother Kali. In all such myths, the Virgin had an earthly husband who never laid with her until she brought forth her firstborn, who was known as the Son of God, or, as with Buddha, the son of Ganesha, the Lord of Hosts. During this period in the Middle East, the name Maya became Maya, Mary, or Mary, all pertain to the Virgin of God and the Temple Maiden, or Kadisha, which is equivalent of the Hindu Devadasi. Such myths fit the classic Indo-European legends where an angel of the Lord came in unto Mary. Luke 1:28, a biblical phrase for sexual intercourse. And her husband Joseph knew her not until she had brought forth her firstborn son. This is a lot of information, you're right, Art. Usually the firstborn, the divine son, was singled out for a special fate. Nobody likes a middle child. He was the son of God, who came from the God, and was to be sacrificed and offered back unto that God. Thence the means of both terms of the firstborn and first fruits are practically synonymous. From the most archaic times, the first fruits of any crop were offered in placation and thankfulness to the God who was supposed to give them. Thank you for saying that. I have a nice reading voice there, Kathy. The firstborn sacrifice was a very ancient tradition among the Egyptians, as recorded in the Book of the Dead. On the day of hacking in pieces the firstborn, the mighty ones in heaven light the fire under the cauldrons, where are heaped up the thighs of the firstborn. It is thought that perhaps later dynasties permitted animal sacrifices, but hieroglyphic signs show these thighs to be human and not animal. Thighs. There appears to be a similarity between the mass sacrifice of the firstborn Egyptian sons to appease the gods and a biblical record of the killings to appease Yahweh. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of the Pharaoh sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive who was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of the cattle. That was Exodus. Like the Egyptian gods, Yahweh demanded the firstborn sacrifice. Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth to the womb amongst the children of Israel, both of man and beast, it is mine. Later the Lord Yahweh redeemed the firstborn of Israel, and it came to pass that when the Pharaoh would hardly let us go, let my people go, that the Lord slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice unto the Lord all that openeth to the womb, being males, but all the firstborn of my children I redeem. Exodus again. This led to the Jewish ceremony, the Paschal Lamb at Passover, to commemorate the release of the Jews from bondage in Egypt. Some scholars further suggest the biblical story of Abraham's wanting to sacrifice his son Isaac is parallel to the Butian myth, of the king's firstborn son Phrixus, who is to be sacrificed on the altar when the ram of the golden fleece suddenly appears as a substitute victim. There's another incident among many of sons being killed by the god Yahweh, when the sons of Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu put incense and fire into their censers to make offerings to the Lord, which the Lord commanded them not to do. There went out fire from the Lord and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. Leviticus. Two facts seem evident. The sacrifice of the firstborn was demanded usually when the god Yahweh was displeased or when his people wished his favour. He, like all gods, had to be appeased, or so the people were made to be believed. Copy and paternoster. Nice. This bit can be confusing. It's hard to know what you're meant to be doing. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. I'm just looking up everything in capital letters. Thanks, Nightbot. I will have a sip of water. Kira, of yourself and your three siblings, three of us are somebody's firstborn, so that we get complicated. Oh, my days. Yeah, modern families, eh? I know it was the 90s, there wasn't much to do, but this is ridiculous. Hey, it was this or hang round at the bus stop drinking Thunderbird and hooch and smoking cigarettes when they were cheap. Originally, the sacrifice of human animal victims seemed preferable to the gods rather than crops. This is seen among the Druids, the ancient Jews, the Aztecs, the Khans of southern India, as well as many other cultures. Although blood sacrifices are not used in most neo-pagan and witchcraft ceremonies, they're still practiced in the religions of Voodoo and Santeria. God Yahweh accepted animal and fruit sacrifices, but he was not the first to do so. Oriental priests were offering animal sacrifices long before the period of Abraham. The Jew continued offering human sacrifices right down to the Essenic ceremonies of the Christos. From these Essenic Christos ceremonies came the Christian and Catholic celebration of the Mass. According to Catholicism, the Mass is the unbloody reenactment of the crucifixion of Christ. This occurs within the mystery of the substantiation, the change of the elements of bread and water into the body and blood of Christ, which the celebrants may consume in the communion services. Also, most Protestant denominations have a communion service, so for the Christians, the crucifixion of Christ, which they believe atoned for their sins, negated the need for human and animal sacrifices. That's why he's called the Lamb of God. In many of the sacrifices preceding the Christian era, the priests became selfish and gave only the inedible parts of the sacrificial victims to the gods, thus keeping the meat for themselves and the people. Some cultures thought it only necessary to offer the animal's blood to the gods. The blood was offered because it was believed the animal's life vitality was in the blood, see attraction of blood. Thus the priests of Oriental and Grecian temples, as well as the rabbis of Jewish synagogues, lived off these sacrifices. Wow. Art was still smoking at the time, but did not hang out at bus stops. Should have been hanging around South Wales. Past and present beliefs. Lots of things there. Oh, wow. Anthropomorphism, that's racism. Kabbalah. Evolution, the theory of evil eye. Okay. The Druids, we're not going to read all this shit about the Druids, are we? You won't even scroll for the... Oh, there's the scroll. We're not reading all this shit about the Druids. So fruit is generally about the firstborn. By this sign you will conquer, though. TLT. Those all links, yes. Like a little Wikipedia. We got Voodoo, Santeria. What about the Essenic ceremonies of Christos? Let's stick with this. Or maybe not. This is about Jesus, right? This is about Jesus. Let's not bother with the Jewish stuff. What about the attraction of blood? Well, the age of evidence primitive man, the attraction exists towards human blood. Thought this attraction originated in early man when he observed a man losing blood. He also saw the man eventually would weaken and die if the bleeding did not stop. Naturally, it was concluded that the blood contained the man's life. That's reasonable enough. Gradually, over time, a magical connection to blood evolved too. Not only did the man's blood contain his life, but also contained his experiences, characteristics, and qualities. Soon it came to be thought these characteristics and qualities could be passed on to others if they consumed or were touched by the blood. The relationship here lies in the magical law of contagion. In ancient Rome, it was thought epilepsy could be cured by drinking a slain gladiator's blood. It was believed that the gladiator's strength and healthy vitality would be transferred to the epileptic. It was thought the blood must be consumed immediately before these qualities dissipated. Pliny, in his Natural History, wrote that some epileptics found it more effective to reach the gladiator before he died and vigorously gulp his blood as it spurted from his wounds. Amazing. The Hungarian countess and sadist Elizabeth Bathory bathed in human blood to preserve her looks. The blood supply came from peasant girls who she kept chained and locked in her castle cellar. The youthful blood was supposed to keep the countess's skin looking young. When arrested in 1610, the bodies of some 50 girls were found in the cellar. Well, now this is sounding more like vampires. Right. Virgin Mother's emanations. If you're in total confusion, remember what Le Serpent Rouge document is meant to be. I'm not even sure what it's meant to be. A guide to how to find the treasure? but also what the treasure is. The Countess once wrote her husband of a torture trick, this one trick doctors don't want you to know, she had recently learned. It was to catch a black hen and beat it to death with a white cane. The blood was to be kept, then it was to be smeared in an enemy's body. If one could not get close enough to get a piece of the enemy's clothing, put the blood on it. Magical theory that the enemy would undergo the same agonizing death of a hen. Beating a black hen to death with white cane is an intriguing example of reconciliating opposites on the magical law of synthesis. Dillinger, of course. Yeah, so this stuff is probably... it would definitely sound like vampires. But as Elvish Cat points out, what's Le Serpent Rouge meant to be? It's meant to be telling us where things are. I don't think we're going to have to go beat the chicken. For a start, it was a white chicken, so we would need a black cane. Ra, 6, or the sun. Isis is a circle. We've seen a circle. Magdalene's France. Sword. Mary. Square. There's a bit of northeast, southwest stuff. Jesus and Asmodeus. Not much on Jesus. Jesus was a Jew born in Bethlehem around 7 BC. At this time, the Jewish lands were under domination by the Romans. Jesus claimed to be and was believed by men to be the long-awaited Jewish Messiah. He wandered and taught between the ages of 33 and 36 when he was arrested by the Roman authorities for sedition and put to death by crucifixion, a common Roman execution method. The Gospels of Jesus Christ, also called the New Testament, are the record of the life and teachings of Jesus, who some call the Christ. They describe a man who was able to work wonders and miracles, curing the sick and even raising the dead. Jesus' teachings were pacifistic and non-materialistic, teaching that the meek shall inherit the earth, that one should turn the other cheek. Another common adage was, do unto others as they would have them done unto you, which is similar to the message of Confucius and the Buddha. According to the Gospels, Jesus rose from the dead 3 days after his crucifixion. Yeah, there's nothing really interesting there, but who is Asmodeus? Was a demon who Solomon tricked into guarding his temple. As such, Asmodeus is now considered the guardian of lost or hidden treasure. It's also invoked by magicians for supernatural protection of places and objects. Demon guarding Solomon temple. My handwriting's getting worse. Guarding Sol temple. If I'm like Elvish Cat, because this is fucking... I'm not sure how interesting this is as Twitch content. Like, as you pointed out, that the Serpent Rouge is meant to be something. Is it worth me carrying on searching for all these things? Or do I have everything I need? Or am I going to find out more if I search for Solomon, who isn't hyperlinked, and the Temple of Solomon? Pretty fascinating, because they kind of like, they do share a lot of similar roots and steal from each other. There's one geometry puzzle to finish the phase. Okay. Something to do with squaring the circle then. You're gonna find the first section was highlighted, so I don't need to be doing any of this shit. That's what you're saying to me. That's what you're saying to me, is I've gone too far. Gone too far, DJ. As I said, the first section was highlighted.
This riddle is fascinating. You can almost see what it's hinting at. I really want to solve it.
My arduous search, I was trying to hack away with my sword. Why is that point sword? Through the dense vegetation of the woods, like some pawn of destiny. I wanted to search the place of the sleeping beauty, in which some poets can see the queen of a lost kingdom. Desperate to find the way, I laid down the path of Ra, the sun, 6, and was illuminated. You sent Kira on a task. That's fine. So, Elvish Cat, at this point, I'll gratefully have someone. We're getting almost to, not quite to Discworld-esque levels, where we just sat down and went, right, we're going to guide. But if I know enough now, there's someone in Sydney that mentioned shapes. There were shapes that I discovered on Sydney. There were we've got a map, right? We've got a map. And we've got circles and squares.
I don't think I'm ready for that shape yet.
But apparently we're not ready for these shapes.
I don't think I'm ready for that shape yet. I don't think I'm ready for that shape yet.
So we're not ready for the shapes. We're just... I don't think you're ready for this belly. You're going to solve it stanza by stanza and mark the map as you go. And final hint, there's now a hint function. I know it doesn't work. I know there is the hint function here. I was led to believe that only works when you're on the big map. Yeah, my brain is... Let's go back to the Argos catalogue. Right. Yes, it's a map. Tana's reads a relationship from objects from map. Use enter points to select objects and start analysis to analyze relationship. Works here too if you remember right. Okay, right. Let's. We got a map. We got shapes. We can enter points on a map. Like a church. And another map. Try new points. Okay. Clear the points.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, fine. Clear the grids. Right. So let's what's really annoying is that we can't go to our inventory while logged into Sydney. We've got to do all this. Right. Okay, people. Like, Marge's search. I was trying to hack away with my sword through the dense vegetation of the woods, like some pawn of destiny. I wanted to reach the place of the Sleeping Beauty, in which some poets can see the queen of a lost kingdom. Desperate to find the way, I laid down the path of Ra and was illuminated. Sleeping Beauty, Queen of a Lost Kingdom, Path of Ra. You know, okay, use the hit. Let's try, we will try using the hint function. Files, map, let's load the map.
I think I need to put the Path of Ra on the map. It has something to do with that sunrise phenomenon mentioned in the church pamphlet. I should be able to enter the relevant points on the map and then have Sydney analyze them.
Okay, cool. So we put the Path of Ra on the map, which is something to do with the church thing. Okay. Now I'm going to go read the church thing. Which I did say, oh, that sounds like something, huh? Right. Church, Chateau de Blanchefort. Direct a straight line. Right. So the path of Ra is the church to the Chateau de Blanchefort. Thank you, Elvish Cat, because we were just going to be fucking going on forever. We're already, like, over time. So. Map. Enter points. The church. To the Chateau de Blanchefort. Analysis. Right, we entered the Path of Ra.
I think I need to put the Path of Ra on the map. It has something to do with that sunrise phenomenon mentioned in the church pamphlet. I should be able to enter the relevant points on the map and then have Sydney analyze them.
Have I missed something? There's the Chateau de Blanchefort. There's... Wait, no, because I've got the wrong place, haven't I? Clear the points. We want to go to Rennes-le-Château, because that's where we are. And the Chateau de Blanchefort. Let's get the right church, shall we?
Very cool.
A straight line marked between the 2 points intersects with meridian and point arc. Right. So that's the Path of Ra, is it? Now back to the fucking thing. Which is now lit up. Okay. I was further aided by the parchments of my friend. They murmur of the lady. Long ago her name was Isis. Isis is the circle. Queen of Benevolent Springs. Come to me, all of you who labour. Magdalene is France. Lady of the Lake, Notre Dame de Croix, Sword, and Mary. So are we now ready to do the circle? And fuck this puzzle. Files, map. We've just plonked a circle down. Now it's asking us to select points. Like, presumably we... L'Hermitage? What are we doing with the circle? Let's erase the circle. Oh, hang on. We can move the circle. Right, so we move the circle so that... we put the circle there, presumably. Rather be doing a death... I know. At least the Death Sauna puzzle had... we make the circle bigger, we can make the circle smaller, but presumably we want the circle to be this size and cross over here, right? If it's enough. Fuck you, La Serpent Rouge. Her name is Isis. Circle. Queen of Benevolent Springs. Come to me, all of you who labour and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Others knew her as Magdalene, a celebrated vase of healing balm. The initiated knew her to be the Lady of the Lake and Notre Dame de Cross, which is Lady Mary. The circle is the ring and the crown forms... Hang on, read it out.
I was further aided by the parchments of my friend. They murmur of the lady.
Hey, Hawk.
Long ago her name was Isis, queen of the benevolent springs. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Others knew her as Magdalene with the celebrated vows of healing balm. The initiated knew her to be the Lady of the Lake and Notre Dame de Cross. The circle is the ring, and the crown forms the diadem of the queen of the castle.
The circle is the ring, and the crown calls the diadem. What's a diadem? Maybe I should search what a diadem is. But the diadem is a crown jewel. Thank you. But it did say like the crown. So maybe the circle, like the crown of the circle goes, it did say on the castle, right? On the castle? You know what?
I think I need to enter points to lock the circle on the map. Perhaps the church pamphlet can help me figure out what those might be.
Oh, back to the fucking church pamphlet, huh? Okay. Diadem's like a tiara. Cool.
It's a pamphlet from St. Mary.
Yeah, I know it's a pamphlet from St. Mary Magdalene, so let's look at it properly. Magdalene statue is depicted with a cross made of branches, the silver vase of healing balm, which she washed Jesus' feet, and a skull at the saint's feet. The oddity of this statue lies in its unusual juxtaposition of Magdalene and the skull, a relationship uncommon in religious art. Interestingly, there are 3 other Magdalene statues with skulls in 3 other churches in the area. 3 other churches in the area. St. Just Elebezu, Bugrach, and Kostusa. So we need to put the circle around these points. So the church is at St. Just, Bugrach, and Kostusa. How you doing, Hawk? How's the buzzhead? If you missed it earlier, Hawk was playing Spyro the Dragon, just happily, you know, having a laugh. And then he goes, I might shave my hair, because, like, you know, the colours in my hair have kind of faded, and the roots are coming through. I might just shave my hair. Should I shave my hair? Should we do a poll? Someone do a poll. He's playing his game, we do a poll, and we go, right, shave my hair. And it's like, alright, fine. Melly, get the trimmers. And now, buzz. Oh, Mel's feeling a bit under the weather. Oh, no, Mel. Feel better, a boogerach. Cost. Right, now we know that fucking back and forth between... Why can't I read these documents when I'm on the fucking computer? Right. What we need to do are enter points on the map again, and we need to find... that. That. And that. Those are the points. So now we take you and we make that size up. Whoops.
incredible! It's Magdalene's crown. I'll write those coordinates down. It looks like they're at L'Hermitage.
Ah! Something just went tick. This is the most realistic research put in games found, better or for worse. You're right. There is... even like the cat moustache puzzle, it all makes sense, and it is very much... Yeah, but still, we still haven't found any babies. We're meant to be hunting for babies, but no. Right, you have written these down, have you? Good. I hope so, because I'm not fucking writing them down. Right, next bit.
I wrote these coordinates down from the...
Good. La Sapon Rouge. La Sapon Rouge. La Sapon Rouge. Right. Queen's Guards in the Quaternity, which is 4. They who stand watch over the Guardian. I took to the north. So this is going to be putting the square on there, right? St. Michael and Pythagoras. Save so you don't have to do this again. This is very good. Actually, this is a very good point. We have not been saving. Hunting babies like King Herod. Oh, Elvish Cat, watch out. So, friend of the stream, Brain Mage. Can we give Brain Mage a shout out, please? Guy Kelly, wonderful, wonderful chap. Does some very funny stuff on Twitter. Very famous as being the person who spent the better part of a month making sure that the first word of every tweet he did were the lyrics from Avril Lavigne's Boyfriend, if you read all of his tweets backwards. That was just a mad effort that he did. He does cryptic crosswords and stuff like that, but one of the weird things his brain does, and everyone else has caught it, is he will see phrases and immediately fit them to the cadence of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And a lot of the time we'll force phrases to fit into that. Also works if it's Christmas time to deck the halls. Deck the halls with about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Also works to Black Sabbath's War Pigs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Just an excuse for me to do my Ozzy Osbourne impression. His girlfriend. Hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend, or whatever it is. I know. I remember Avril Lavigne's being complicated. Right, something about squares. Yeah, so we do... There's a lot of like memeing that comes from Guy's channel and bleeds it around here, as well as the memes that we pick up on our own games, like hit him with an oar. That's quite a recent one. Right, squares. So the next bit was Pythagoras and St. Michael and square. So St. Michael might be the devil and the four angels. Asmodeus. Oh, hello. No, so that'll be a different thing. Saint Roche, the Padua, Mary Magdalene. Saint Germain's and the Sermon on the Mount, the church floor. Might not be here. I think, is it like, the thing is, you will catch it. Oh, knuckle tattoos is another thing that we've inherited off Guy as well. If you see people just putting things like 4 capital letters followed by 4 capital letters, we're on about knuckle tattoos as well. Nucktats. Kathy, shout out Kathy, please. Kathy streams on the weekends often, plays real Lemmings on a real Mega Drive, and she's made a fantastic Nucktats. Woo! DuckTales is another one. Shout out me. Catherine's made an amazing NutTats plugin, which one day I will steal off her. We're all a lovely bunch. Did we shout out Hawk? Give Hawk a shout out as well. Hawk's top dude. Right. I think, is this one just squaring the circle because Pythagoras said you need to square the circle? Because that's what the whole thing was. I bet it is. I bet it's squaring the circle. If we take a hint...
I think Ares is talking about a square. It must go on the map, the way the circle did. I think I have a square shape I can use from the parchments.
We do. I don't know how we needed to lift this from the parchments. But we need to... This is now, we're going to square the circle like Pythagoras did.
I'm sure that square is the right size, but I'm not sure what angle it's at in relation to the meridian. Maybe Taurus can help.
Maybe Taurus can help indeed. What was Taurus talking about? By this sign you will conquer, and the fruit, the firstborn. The vineyard? Pythagoras famously didn't. There's a pun there that I'm missing. Well, let's go back to reading the thing, because we are definitely, yes, God, this is probably the most annoying thing about this. Now we're on a roll. Now we're getting somewhere, but they're logging out. In the sanctuary is the fort, fountain of love of those who believe, reminding us of the words, by this sign you will conquer. I understand this now. The four are the stuff of the alchemist laboratory, and their cant reflects the light in harmony with their queen, and yet the angels hold tight the secret of the angle that is the key to the kingdom. My friend knows the secret, but wisely he hides the fruit among the chaff, that the treasure not be lost to the infidels. My friend knows the secret, the fruit. So is it? I mean, we could just rotate it until she goes, ah, that's it. You read that as love custard. Yes, that is love custard. Love custard. Yeah, fuck you, Discworld game. Right. We're squaring the circle. But it's not like that. It's telling us about the fruit. That's, where is the... Is it here? Is it the Chateau de Serre? That's the vineyard, right? Poussin's tomb. Right, is it that way? Squaring the circle's about in the same area, not fitting it inside. Yeah. Well, unless it's a... Right. Let's go back to the reading.
In the sanctuary is the font, fountain of love of those who believe, reminding us of these words, by this sign you will conquer. I understand this now. The 4 are the stuff of the alchemist's laboratory, and their cant reflects the light in harmony with their queen. And yet the angels hold tight the secret of the angle that is the key to the kingdom. My friend knows the secret, but wisely he hides the fruit among the chaff, that the treasure not be lost to the infidels.
What is hunted? I don't watch much television. The angels hold the secret of the angle that's the key to the kingdom. Yes, that's right. My friend knows the secret, but wisely he hides the fruit among the chaff, that the treasure not be lost to the infidel. So, when we search fruit, we get a lot of stuff about, like, the firstborns. By this sign you will conquer.
We're looking for a tilted square, but at what angle is it tilted? Seems like I need some kind of reference line or point on the map that I can use to position the square. Taurus says my friend knows the secret but wisely hides the fruit among the chaff. Who's my friend? Is it talking about the parchments again? If so, maybe it's related to that blue apple cipher I wrote down in my notebook. I should take another look at it.
Oh, fuck off. Fucking Jesus. Read something different. Shepherdess. Right, hang on. Will you read it out loud?
That's the blue apple cipher that Sydney found in one of the Saunier parchments.
Shepherdess, no, without. Temptation that personifies, well, there's a thing. Hold the key piece. 681 by the cross and this horse of God. I complete, destroy this demon spirit guardian at midday to the meridian. Blue apples.
Taurus says my friend hides the fruit among the chaff. If the blue apples bit is the fruit, perhaps the piece 681 by the cross and this horse of God part is the chaff. In other words, a red herring. So, I complete this spirit guardian, okay, that must be the square, at midday or to the meridian, blue apples. Blue apples? That's what the old lady at Chateau de Serres said to me. She meant grapes. Could blue apples be referring to vineyards? Serres itself?
Serres. Okay. Let's try it. Thanks for lots of exposition there. Watching the first series, and it's about people who go on the run month for police cat and mouse gameplay by Channel 5, reproducing state surveillance like number plate reading CCTV. One in the woods with sad clown making while a mate abandoned make me cackle. Okay. Oh, that sounds weird. Maybe on. Okay, so Serres. Chateau de Serres. Whoops. No. Come on. Do I have to actually put the point on the map to make it intersect? Oh, Wi-Fi, boo. No worries, Hulk. Look after yourself. Chateau de Serres. I did say something about the tomb. But that's not a line that it crosses, so clear the points. Chateau de Serres. What else was mentioned? Not the Rennes Chateau. That's not a line that it can follow. Is it? Blue apples. Let's listen to her talk about blue apples again.
Taurus says, my friend hides the fruit among the chaff. If the blue apple's bit is the fruit, perhaps the piece 681 by the cross and this horse of God part is the chaff.
It's a fucking jump and a half, isn't it?
A red herring.
Such a fucking jump.
I complete this spirit guardian, okay, that must be the square, at midday or to the meridian, blue apples. Blue apples. That's what the old lady at Chateau de Serres said to me. She meant grapes. Could blue apples be referring to vineyards? Serres itself?
So the meridian... I complete Guardian at midday to the meridian. I don't get this this bit of the puzzle. I don't get this bit of the puzzle. So, okay, so we know that Chateau de Serres is one of them.
That's right. I don't want to erase it.
Yeah, no, sorry. Clear the points. Enter the points. The Chateau de Serres. Is that it then? Is that it? Do we just... To the meridian? Oh, to the meridian. That's what this line here is, the meridian. Okay, right. So we connect Chateau de Serres to the meridian. Is this it? Is this it? That's going to be it. Well, it's not turning any more for me for a start. Do I have to enter the meridian point as well? Why, oh why, I don't understand this anymore. We use the square to draw a straight line between Chateau de Serres and this meridian. But, oh, no worries, I'll catch you later. I might wrap up in a bit, but we're in a position where it's like so we can spin this round. Right, okay, stop spinning things around. Gotta analyze any points you put down. Okay, so put that to the meridian. No, indeterminate. Indeterminate. Or do I put it in the meridian at the point where it crosses the circle? End points. The chateau. The meridian where it crosses the circle. Oh, and this line as well.
To the meridian blue apples. In other words, to the meridian from the vineyard.
Line tangents the circle and insects conjoin features of the meridian. Yes, okay. Now do I move the square to follow that line? This computer system's rubbish.
Yes, that must be it.
Hey, look, yeah, things happening. Because that, you, as computer analysis goes, it's like you drew a straight line. Well done. Tick tock, tick tock. You're my tick tock. Right, next. I'm also like quite hungry, but
This riddle is fascinating.
yeah, we must solve it. I know. Next, a Gemini and Cancer. So this is the thing about Asmodeus. 64 stones of the perfect cube, which the knights, the beauty, the Blackwood scattered, reassemble the scattered stones, working with square and compass, put them into ranks, the knightly order of the perfect cube, etc. So this Asmodeus thing, probably the devil and the four angels. By this sign shall you conquer him. Oh yes. Oh, let's get our hint, shall we?
I think Gemini and Cancer go together. They're both talking about stones. But what is meant by stones? It looks like there's some kind of clue in the church.
Grace falls asleep in Sydney, waits for 10 minutes later when Gabe falls over, shit face and breaks the couch. Right. So there's more here. So the stones. Oh, is the 65 stones actually... Keep hitting the wrong thing. The church floor, the black, white, alternating squares have been much debated. No... Some Roche.
Sunrise line. On the feast day of Saint Mary...
Okay. You got any other ideas?
Those Magdalene statues mark the points on the circle. Those Magdalene statues mark the points on the circle. All this stuff is interesting, but I'm not sure how to use it.
You not got any good ideas about stones? Devil and Church was much Sonia's purpose, something the devil to the demon Asmodeus, who is mentioned in these chapters. That's the chapters we're on. Guarding the temple. And the shepherds. The shepherds. Jesus, Asmodeus, knights and shepherds. They're the big things. By the sign show you... Four angels, classic, genuflection.
Those Magdalene statues mark the points on the circle.
Yeah, the Magdalene.
All this stuff is interesting, but I'm
I'm
not
not
sure
how to use it now. You're not, are you? In the cave, St. Anthony, book and staff. Jermaine.
All this stuff is interesting, but I'm not sure how to use it.
No, you're not, are you? It is slightly Wikipedia Rabbit Hole Simulator, yeah, but also weird. Yeah, I'll get to read it out.
The mosaic tiles of the sacred place alternate black or white, and Jesus, like Asmodeus, observes their alignment. I can find 64 stones of the perfect cube, which the Knights of the Beauty of the Black Wood had scattered when they fled from the White Fort while they were being pursued by the usurpers. Reassemble the scattered stones and, working with square and compass, put them into ranks. The knightly order of the perfect cube fits within and gives structure to Our Lady's protector, the Heavenly Quartet.
Oh, wait. Yeah, black and white stones. It's the black and white thing, isn't it? And there are... Rock Negra, Black Rock... And somewhere, but I can't remember where, is the White Rock. Talking about rocks, black and white. If anyone can remember exactly where it was. Grans, Lebec. Where's Rock Blanc? Is there a Rock Blanc? Rock Negra? I thought it was like near. We've been driving all around here. We should know. And to be honest, it should be in slightly bold case. Anyone good? Hey, we're on the payroll. It's not the tomb. L'Hermitage? Was it L'Hermitage? Black and white, right? It's black and white. And so we've got black there. So where was the white one? I thought it was nearby. Black and white, thanks to the murders, red all over. Hey, hey! It took another name. Did it take another name? No. Points indeterminate. Montezels. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't it? It's the Chateau de Blanchefort. Because the Blanche is the white. Is it that? I'll try, but it's probably going to go... Oh, no, you need more. There is a Black Rock. Where is a white rock or stone? So Chateau de Blanchefort. Pecadeur. Yes, we cannot analyze on its own. Pontoon? Wasn't that, was it? That's probably going to be where the fucking thing ends up being. Points indeterminate. You know, honestly, Ray, where are we? We're coming on 9 o'clock. We did a lot of dicking about with the Argos catalogue. Maybe we should consider wrapping it up. At least we know where we're going and what we're doing now. So when we pick this up tomorrow, we can say yes. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm also kind of hungry as well. So let us save. All right, save home. Jonas is on. That's cool. Awesome. Well, let us quit out to the desktop. Just put some spooky tunes on. Let's see who's about as well. So you said Jonas was about. What else we got? Them stars. Got a Burn Away, Kiki Bunny, Fudge Freak, Grunkles, Beep Salts, Stowe Hellet, Ellen. But yeah, let's go see Jonas, because Jonas is a good friend. G. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. That was a bit of a long stream. We got distracted by the Argos catalogue for a bit. Thanks to Hawk for reminding me that the Argos catalogue was such a fun thing to look at. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Elvish Cat, particularly, for getting me in the right direction, because fucking hell, what a bastard of a puzzle this is. But we will be back tomorrow afternoon. We're still playing The Room 4, Old Sins or whatever it is. We've still got stuff to do in The Room. And then tomorrow at 7 p.m. we'll be back here for more Gabe and this bloody puzzle, which is somewhere between research and just fucking conspiracy theory, drawing shapes on things bullshit, is what a lot of it is. We got a raid message there. Ray has put it out because it's brilliant at doing that sort of thing. We're going to see Jonas, who's a good friend of the channel. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me. It is lovely to spend time with you, and we're going to pass you to Jonas and have some lovely times with him. Look after yourselves, and I will catch you tomorrow, probably about 2:30 for The Room, and then 7 p.m. for more Gabe. Look after yourselves, sleep well, relax. Good night. I was nowhere near the raid button. Good night.
Hey, it's my favorite search website, Sasagu.